Welcome back to another video from our series B2B appointment setting from start to finish. Today, we're talking about our SDRs. If you didn't catch our previous videos, be sure to give them a watch. But what you can expect from today, a full workflow breakdown, one real life case, and a list of helpful proven tips that work. Ready, set, go. So deep dive preparation, setting up sequences, enrolling leads, sending the emails, tracking results, working responses, scheduling meetings, rescheduling no-shows, communicating with the client and delivery team, and yes, presenting analytics. Sorry, too fast? Let's rewind. Deep dive preparation. Before doing anything for our clients, our SDRs learn the ins and outs of the client, the offering, the industry, potential approaches, and feedback, and search for every way possible to start the campaigns off with success. They, alongside our account managers and team, schedule strategy sessions to thoroughly prepare for the campaign, even before the onboarding process has even started. Setting up sequences. Now, as easy as it might sound, there's actually quite a bit more that goes into correctly setting up sequences than meets the eye. Setting up a sequence is more than just uploading your crafted emails and then setting a day or two between automated tasks. There's settings like you're seeing on the screen right now that need to be set up correctly. Otherwise, your sequences just won't perform half as well as they actually should. Next up, enrolling leads. Once again, it's easy. You just throw the leads into the newly created sequence, right? Wrong. At Belkins, we can run 2, 3, 4, sometimes even more sequences simultaneously. So say you get batches of 300 to 500 leads and they need to be divided into 2 or 3 different campaigns or sequences. Imagine you're targeting sales roles, marketing roles, and attendees of an upcoming event you'll be at. Now you've got multiple sequences all running at once. Going deeper, our SDRs know how to group each lead into different sequences, which aren't just different emails. If you don't know what value proposition variables are, leave us a comment and we'll try to make a video talking in depth about it. But in short, making sure that each lead gets into the appropriate sequence and that each has their own unique variables, not as easy as you thought. Well, we're just getting started. Nowadays, sending emails has been easier than in the past due to automation tools like Reply, Outreach, or other similar platforms. So yeah, after triple checking the sequences are set up correctly and the correct leads are in the right sequences, sending the emails isn't that difficult. But working the responses, now that's a whole other ball game. We have a video on how to turn a no into a yes, but I'll go as far as to say that our SDRs know more tactics than what was even shared in that video. Something to know, our SDRs work with many different clients in various industries after years of working with us. So they know who responds better or worse, what communication style to use per title, and they truly know the difference between unsubscribe and not interested. Not interested doesn't mean never contact me again. It doesn't mean continue spamming me with messages. But this very well can mean right now. I'm not interested. When we receive negative responses or 0 responses at all, our SDRs keep them on the back burner because in outreach, sometimes a month or 2 can change the interest and or the end result due to factors like timing, seasonality, or other internal reasons. Instead of just giving up on said prospects, keeping them for a re-engage campaign down the road works quite well quite often. Our SDRs generally send roughly 200 emails per mailbox per day. On average, we run 3 to 5 mailboxes per client, and the response rates are between 5 to 20% for some campaigns. So you're looking at 25 to 50 new responses every day. And if you stick these on top of all the follow-ups and reminders, you're now looking at up to 100 new conversations per day. So compare this with the number of live conversations you can have with cold calling, and now you get the answer why Belkins does cold email. 100 is much greater than 10. That's actually the number you'd get from 200 dials. To help track and effectively respond in timely manners, in comes Streak. If you don't know about Streak, check out the brief definition on the screen or visit their site, link below. Streak helps to structurize our SDR's workflows, ensuring that no responses are ever left unanswered. As more and more responses come in, common factors start to develop. Maybe there are frequently asked questions, propositions or requests from prospects, or any points of valuable information that start to appear. All of this is taken to the team and ultimately the client to make sure that everything of importance, big or small, is discussed and implemented if needed. Tracking results. Open, response, click-through, and other analytics are highly evaluated, but that's just one side of the coin. If you decided to change any of the following, our SDRs track this as well. Just because the open rate went down or up doesn't necessarily mean it's just a great or bad week. The change in target, seasonality, template wording, and more can and do impact results. The rule of 300. No, not the Gerard Butler movie, but 300 emails sent. If you're hearing about this for the first time, I'm glad to be the one opening your eyes to this. Our SDRs all know this rule. The rule is that to see if a template works well or not, you have to give the email at least 300 sendouts before deciding to keep or change the wording. Yes, this is also something they track here at Belkins. Whether Zoom, Google Meets, Face-to-Face, Teams, or any other platform for running meetings, our SDRs have done it all and are focused primarily on getting the meetings scheduled, handed over, and do check in to actually make sure that the meetings happened in the end. Our SDRs always request access to our clients' calendars, meaning the meetings get scheduled at our clients' ideal times. Our SDRs basically become an integrated sales assistant to the POC responsible for running the meetings. Any specific questions are brought to the client, but in practice, when the client is more involved or communicative, the results are much higher. What if the meeting gets scheduled, but the prospect didn't show? No problem. Our SDRs also work the rescheduling process. Their goal isn't just book meetings. Their goal is meetings held. Working closely with our account managers, constant check-ins on meeting updates ensure them to be able to act quickly in case a prospect decided to skip the scheduled meeting. So as I mentioned a few minutes ago, our SDRs are tracking everything, but they also prepare presentations with real-time statistics and updates for the whole team and client to review on the weekly calls. Knowing what's working, what isn't, what potential changes need to be made, and which aspects simply shouldn't be touched, all tie into this detailed presentation to ensure the whole team is on the same page in regards to the results. So to summarize the workflow, our SDRs take the finely tuned templates, warmed up mailboxes, and hand-picked leads, set up and launch the campaigns, work every response, track each moving part, get meetings on the calendar, hand over said meetings, and present everything and anything to the team and client. Oh, and yeah, they tend to be the first people in the office and the last to leave. KPI driven and ready to grind, these experts don't just talk the talk, they also walk the walk. Each SDR learns each offering and can schedule meetings with more prospects because they understand what will be sold during the meeting. Before I get to the last part of our video today, a real life case I just felt I needed to share to truly show how hardworking these experts really are. So if you're an Android or iPhone person, you know how uncomfortable it can be to make the switch and learn the operating system from scratch, right? Back when I was an account manager, I had a client that for months asked us to make the switch from our reply accounts to their in-house outreach accounts. After much debate and hours of training, we made the switch. This isn't something we do often, but when the shoe fits, you know it's better to go all in. My SDR for this client project took the risk of spending time and energy to learn the new platform from scratch, sacrificing the comfort and ability to make any changes deemed necessary, and made the switch to outreach. Through the personal challenge of learning a completely new platform, she was not only able to better understand how outreach works, but was also able to continue bringing in meeting after meeting, and in the end, led to our partnership with said client scaling from 10 meetings a month to 20. Each of our expert teams are united and support each other, but they also speak for one another. Not just with words, but with actions. Her actions showed not only me and our team, but the client that Belkins is truly ready for any and every challenge to prove that we are the best at what we do. To finish off our video for today, as promised, here's 3 tips from our SDR team. 1, keep notes. 2, care. 3, start and end your day by clearing the mailbox. Stay tuned for the last video in our series where we break down our expert account managers. See you in the next video.